Hey there, it's Anita, and I'm the founder of Event Planners Launch Academy. Today we're going to tackle the subject of So You Think You Can Plan. That's such a loaded topic, but today I'm going to give you a couple of tips that you need to consider prior to starting your own event planning company. So let's start off with tip number one. Know what you're getting into. I had to write these down because I get really passionate about things, you all, and a sister will go totally off track. So I just wanted to kind of jot these down so I can stay focused. So you got to know what you're getting into. Forbes lists event planning as the fifth. Yes, I did say the fifth most stressful career you can have. So you got to know what you're getting into, and you've got to be called to do this. This is not something that you would just do because you think you've planned your own wedding or you planned your own event and you think you have what it takes. No, you need to know you have what it takes. So I'm going to go over a couple of things here so we can make sure you've got everything in place if you decide to join this wonderful industry of event planning. You need to first volunteer. There are several event planners out here that would love to have you on and to kind of show you some things and show you, give you some experience into the event planning world prior to you going out there on your own. So volunteering is a great way to get that experience. But I do say first, prior to you seeking someone to volunteer with, give them full disclosure. Let them know that you are planning to start your own company eventually, but you wanted to get some experience first and kind of see which avenue you wanted to take in the event planning industry. So please, please, please don't go and volunteer and be sneaky about it. Have full disclosure. That's the way we do things in the event planning industry. Evaluate your skills. Do you have the gift of hospitality, of helps? Are you creative? Do you have you're very resourceful? Those are some skills that you definitely need to be an event planner. So if you don't have those skills, it's something you kind of need to think about whether this is the right path for you to take. Know which path you want to take. In event planning, you have full service. You have coordinators, you have day of, and I don't really like using those words, but they have day of. You could be an event designer, or you can even go into corporate planning, and those are wonderful paths to take. But volunteering with someone would really kind of let you know, is this that avenue I want to take? So I would even say that maybe you should try each one of those fields, volunteering in each one of these paths, and see if it fits your skill set. Just because, like I said before, just because you plan your own event or your own wedding does not mean you're cut out to be an event planner. You've got to deal with different personalities. You've got to deal with different budgets. You've got to be creative. It's just so many things that comes into play when you're having your own event planning company. When you're dealing with just doing your own events, you don't have to deal with the pressure of coming up with different ideas because you know what you like. You've got to come up with something that somebody else like that may not be your taste, but if you have the skill set and you've got the knowledge and the experience of being an event planner, or even maybe taking some courses so you can kind of sharpen your skills, that's the route to take, rather than just saying I plan my own event so I know I could do this, because it will definitely bite you in the end. So definitely look into getting different courses prior to starting a business, or like I said, volunteering with someone. Number two, get clarity. Please get clarity first. A lot of people go out and they go get their logo, they go get their name, they go get their website, and they don't even know who their client is. Who's your ideal client? That's the first thing you need to do. You need to get clarity on who your ideal client is prior to getting your branding done. Your branding should attract your target market. So if you go out there and let's say your target market are men, you want to do events for men, and your name is Powder Puff Events, not so much. That's not really going to attract the industry that you want to attract, because a lot of guys are not going to go for the Power Puff events, and you're planning events for guys. So be mindful of how you name your company, what your website looks like, what your logo looks like, the colors, all of the branding. It's really important in order to attract the ideal client that you're trying to attract. And I always say, create just like you do vision boards, I do this myself. Create an avatar. So I do a board, and I have like where my client shops, what my client looks like. I've got pictures of her. I've given her a name, like where she goes to school, or if she's a college graduate, if she goes to church, what's her style. All of these things I have pasted on a board. That looks just like my client would look. It's my client avatar. So I have created that, so I know that this is the look that I want. So when I went for my branding, I was like, here, this is my client. Help me create my brand for this to attract this type of a client. And that will really help the person that's doing your branding for you. You've given them a really good idea and an awesome layout to be able to create a logo or website or your business cards or whatever you need to create to attract your ideal client. And the last, but definitely not least, because there's so much involved in event planning, is your support system needs to be, like the kids say, on fleek or lit or whatever I say, needs to be totally on point. Because what I call it my tribe. Your tribe is so important to your business. There's several times you're going to be like, I quit. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't know where to go, what to do, how to do. Your tribe can help you through those moments. I always tell my mentees and the clients that I coach, pray about it. I'm a Christian, so I'm going to tell you to pray about it first. And ask God to lead you to who should be a part of your tribe. And you don't need a whole slew of people to be a part of your tribe. Just ask God to lead you, maybe 3-4 people max, to kind of guide you through this road to becoming an event planner. Your tribe should consist of people that are trustworthy, that are available. Well, first of all, let's go back to trustworthy. Trustworthy because you're going to be sharing so many ideas with these people, and you don't have to share everything with everybody in your tribe. You may want to share different things and different subjects to different people. You may have somebody that's great in marketing, or you may have somebody that's great in content creation. So those are the things that you share those specific ideas with those specific people. So having somebody that's trustworthy, it's priceless, because like I said, you're going to be sharing things that you may not want to be out yet, or things that just are part of your business that you just don't want to share, or that are a part of your business that needs to be private. So you definitely have to get somebody that is trustworthy. You have to get somebody that's available. Having a tribe that's not available does not work for you. And don't be afraid. I say again, don't be afraid to fire somebody in your tribe, because if it's not working for you, it's not working for them, then it's okay. And I have an agreement with some people that are in my tribe that, hey, if it's not working out, then, no feelings hurt, no love lost. But we may need to sever this relationship as far as being a member of my tribe, because I take that very, very seriously, because it has a lot to do with the success of my business. So don't be afraid to say you're fired. They have to be knowledgeable. There's no sense of getting somebody in your tribe and they don't know anything about the business or the subject they're not a subject expert at what you have them in your tribe for. So make sure they know what they're talking about, and make sure that they are resourceful. Your tribe should be able to connect you to different people, different things concerning your business that will help you along, that will possibly speed up the process of you starting, growing, and embracing the journey of being an event planner. And that is so super important. Now you ask me, how do you get this tribe? Let's talk about that for a quick second. Joining Facebook groups. Now, don't go clicking on every group and joining these Facebook groups, because it will get overwhelming. Trust and believe, it will get overwhelming. You do not want to do that. Get a couple of groups in a couple of different fields that will help you along. Like, you may want to get into one that supports event planners. And I have a couple of them that I can refer to you. But and you can get one that maybe that talks about marketing, or one that talks about content, or one that that talks about Facebook or a social media. But don't go getting into a whole lot of groups, because you'll get overwhelmed, and you'll start doing looking at where you are based on somebody that's in their chapter 20 and you're in your chapter 1. And then you're going to be like, but I'm not like them. No, you're not supposed to be like them. You're just starting out. Put the blinders on and get the work. So don't start comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. So once you're getting in these groups, be very disciplined about what you're doing while you're in the groups. Get the information you need to get in the groups. Participate in the groups. Don't be a lurker. Don't be a lurker in these Facebook groups or these different groups that you get into. Be of value just as well as getting value back, and participate. That's what they need in these groups. You need to participate in order to get some things out of it as well. Attend conferences. There are conferences all over for event planning. You need to attend. You've got to invest in yourself. It's so worth it. I have some mentees that I was talking to them about this particular conference, and like some of them have attended, and it's like totally changed the spectrum of their business, and she's like flying now. So it's very important to invest in yourself, and so you can go to the next level. Networking events, most of them are free. And even if they're not, they're minimal price. So go to networking events, and what I say is go to a networking event alone, because if I go with somebody, I normally kind of stay with that person. I meet more people when I go by myself, because I'm forced not to stand there, or if I'm standing there, somebody's going to come talk to me, or I'll go and talk to someone else, because I just don't want to be standing in the middle floor and not talking to anyone. So going to a networking event is definitely a good thing to do. And I do have a tip list that you all could that I could send you as well, so you can contact me. You can send me an email, and I will definitely send that to you for free. And then coaching and mentorship and membership groups. Great place to be, like I said, once you're trying to start your own event planning company. Coaching is priceless. I've had several coaches in my career that has helped me go from one level to the next level to the next level. It's priceless to have a coach. Yes, you may have to pay for it, but guaranteed you'll get the return time and time over. Trust and believe. It's just such a great thing to do. And I have a membership group, the Event Planners Launch Academy membership group, where it's like a minimal fee, and then we share information. We talk about different subjects. We have questions in there, and I'm available to you as well to answer those questions and to do some one-on-ones. So getting all of these things in place, the ones that I talked about earlier, is definitely important when you are trying to be an event planner. So we want you to answer that question after going through these tips. So do you think you can plan? If you want to get into the industry, I am so open to do a clarity call with you. I will have my information linked below so you can contact me so we can get you on the road to starting, embracing the road to becoming an event planner.